Hello, everyone. Sorry, it's been a little while. I did last talk last week. Feels long. Welcome to a finally, very sunny and reasonably warm France. I'm sitting outside, one of the pleasures of life. Today, I'll talk about something which is familiar to many of you, no doubt, which is up and down and up and down. These are the moments in life which are probably the most difficult to handle. They have been for me over the years, and they're the most difficult to explain. Certainly the most difficult to understand for me, most difficult to explain to my family, because you can seem okay, but you're not really. You might laugh the odd time, but your heart's not really in it. I often say that's my one laugh for the day, jokingly. Generally, I mean it. And you might laugh at something, but not in the way you would usually. Sorry, you must forgive my unruly hair. I've had this forever. In Ireland, we call it a cow's lick, and it's there. Uh, You know, gotten used to it. My little friend over the years. So it is the worst. It's the worst is being on this constant up and down. Now, women would say, and rightly so, they have to live with this throughout their lives, and it's true. But the mental aspect doesn't play in the same way, whereas here it's a mental aspect. It affects you physically by what other people see, and this is part of the condition that is the most difficult. I'd imagine everyone. It's how other people see you. You think you're okay. Other people see you, and if you looked at them properly, you'd see not from them, not you. No, you're fine. You're just going. "Argh." So it's this competition of facial expressions that people hide from each other. Now the odd car will go by here. I have to say, on a very busy road, people have to do things. Apparently, I don't know why. They do. Price of fuel these days. I'm surprised anybody goes anywhere. So being up, being up is, I suppose you could say it's great. Because when I'm up, I could do anything. You know, I mean anything. I feel like I could get in the ring and last at least 5 seconds with a decent boxer. You set your sights high. You do. You feel you could do anything, and anything could be achieved, and it's great. And those moments are wonderful. And you feeling so good that you cook, you tidy, or at least you move things from one place to another. I call it tidy. Others won't. And you think, yeah, it's great to be around people, rather than my usual bear in a cave attitude to people. Now, I will say, for those who haven't heard it before, I am quite a gregarious person. I enjoy being around people. But, in recent years, and even before that, it, I've just found staying inside these four walls and occasionally sticking my head out to see, if we're going to have another 6 years of winter. and this mood affects how you look at the weather. It could be flogging it down with rain. You look, when you're up, you look out the window. You go, sure, it's not that bad. I might go for a walk. You'll hear about catastrophes around the world on the radio, and you'll go, "Oh God, that's terrible." But sure, my life is fine, and you start relativizing things which shouldn't be. You know, it's unequivocal. That's bad. Your life is not to be compared to that. But you don't, because you feel that you're okay. And then the funny thing happens is that you start. It can go in a funny way. It does for me. It'll go up and it'll plateau, or it's more likely to do. It'll just take a little dip and it'll plateau. And then you sit on that for a little, and you're thinking, well, it's going to get worse. No, actually, neither here nor there. I feel okay. Yeah, I don't feel the euphoria that I felt about eating a boiled egg the other day, but nor do I feel the downright sadness and self-loathing that I feel about, having eaten a chocolate biscuit. So when you're down, so you sit there and you go, okay, well, this will be fine. Again, forgetting what previous experiences taught you. You think, yeah, this could be the one. This could be the time, the day, the place. Note it down. Have it tattooed. You know, little birdie with a date. I felt good, and it stopped on this date. And it would be lovely to do that for many reasons. For me, the people around me, and for other people. Say, look, I stopped being a very, very, very silly person, an unwell person, judgmental person, and anything you like. Stick it in there because it'll be there somewhere in your mind. I stopped being all these things on that date. It would be lovely to do that. I learned to be able to sing on that day. Well, if you think you can sing, so you start giving it a go yourself. But then what happens is this is actually not a plateau. It's got a slight decline. And every day you're just going closer to the edge, but you can't see it. And next minute you're falling, free fall. And then you go, and it's bottomless. And it is bottomless, bottomless. And as I said before, it's cold, or can be. It isn't immediately, but you know when you feel down. You know when you're falling. You know when you're falling that your feelings start to go. The emotion, they're the strong, poor ones that take over. And you just keep feeding the fire. Other people can see what's happening to you. They can certainly feel it because it's something I've come to notice over the years. I can feel other people's emotions. This is not some masterful performance that I put on, but it's some people are more capable than others. You just feel when things change. And I feel it more when I'm coming down than when I go up. I can feel the euphoria, but here I can feel wanting, me needing to stop it, but you can't. And that is the worst thing. It's a lack of control that you have. And we do have some control over our emotions. When I feel like this, I don't. I don't really have it. Now I'll go back to the middle for a second. Is there a middle? There is. And like I say, it's that one that you want to hold on to because you think one day this will be the day. This happens to me many times a year. But you think, "Oh, if I can hold on to this, if I can hold on to the feeling," and the problem is I can't remember. Not I've got a bad memory, but you can't hold on to that exact feeling because every time you want to, it's like a template. You've got the wrong template to fit onto that set of feelings. So all you can do is try to put a template over the whole thing, try and have an idea of what's going on overall, to understand the individual pieces. You know, it is like trying to nail jelly to a wall with very small nails and an even smaller hammer. It's very difficult to do it. It's like looking at ourselves in a cracked mirror. We know it's us. We can see all the bits, but we couldn't put them together if our lives depended upon it. When we take it apart, we can see ourselves there. Now we can put all the pieces up there, and we can look. And go, oh look, that's me. That's me. But it's not the way it was before. At least then, when it was cracked, I could understand it, but now I can't. So this is what happens when we when we start heading down. We start dissociating we dissociate ourselves from others, from our feelings, from any good feeling. More importantly, what can we do? I think it's keep thinking the good things, keep thinking the good thoughts, talking, talking to, even if it's one person, talk to that person, give some form to your feelings. Talking is a very good way of giving form to our feelings. Experience despair. Don't try to turn your feelings into something they're not. Be honest with your feelings. Have a good relationship with your feelings. Terrible as they may be, you cannot replace them with something else. Only by understanding them can you say, look, could you leave me alone for a little while? I want to try something else. And I think if we're not honest about it, then it's very difficult to progress. So be honest with your feelings, would be what I'd say today, especially when you're feeling at your lowest. Like I said, I write, and it helps. It helps me. And one day it'll help the rest of the world. Like, oh, Jesus, fellow's great. Why has he waited till now? All those years of talent gone. There we are. We're crystallizing talent now into my latter years. That'll be wonderful. He's a late developer. Write, paint, sculpt, cook. Maybe. Something that's tangible. Something that involves a transfer is a better way, I think, I feel, of doing it because you're taking a part of yourself and you're committing it to another material. It could be quilt making, knitting, crochet. Really don't know. Wood, woodwork, metalwork. Some way of getting what's in here, extricating those thoughts. Is only by taking those thoughts out, only by getting those emotions out, can you see what it is. It may sound a little twee, but it's not. It's only by getting it out figuratively, materially, onto paper, onto wood, but getting it out and being able to look at it and say, this is it, this is what's been bothering me. Now I can talk to you. This would be my final thing, unless I say this. Medication helps. If you're not somebody who wants to take medication, it's fine. Everybody has a way they want to approach their mental health. and medication will help. Try it. See how it feels for a period of time. See how it makes you feel. See if it makes you feel worse. It may make you feel worse for a greater benefit, or make you feel better later on. But not going without medical help is rather like going without having somebody with whom you may speak about your feelings, about your life, in addition to speaking to your feelings. You may end up sounding like a mad person. Oh, I talk to my feelings. Yeah, yeah. Tell people this. Well, don't you? It's very healthy. Well, having somebody speak to you, having correct medication for you is vital. It helped me. It helped me to make sure my neurotransmitters up here are better, and it created a lot more balance in my life. Now, that doesn't mean to say that I don't have bad times. I do. They're fewer. And for now, I'm happy with that. I don't want things to go back the way they were. I certainly don't. It's lonely. I mean, I choose to live my life the way I do now. It's a little lonely. It's okay. I'm very good company. Great company, in fact. Ask my cats. I'll tell you. Now, if you, like I said, if you don't want to take medication, don't. But at least find out. Find out. Have a talk to your doctor. Not only is it good to have a good relationship with your feelings and being able to talk to them and look at them, it's important to have a good relationship with your medical professionals. They're your they are your friends. They will help you. They will be concerned. So all I can say is talk to them. Costs very little to talk to somebody. That's all I have to say for now. And I'm going to enjoy what's left of a really lovely day. Sun's just there. My big head's getting in the way of it at the minute. There you go. And I will say for a moment, be good, be healthy, be safe. And if you have a god or a goddess, may your god or your goddess go with you. I'll speak to you very soon.